race fans, to another episode here at CRN with the Ultimate Conquest Racing League. Tonight's with the Man Cave After Dark Xfinity Series powered by Max Graphics. Tonight we're at Dover International Speedway. Right now, current temperature outside is 67. Track temperature is at 107. We are here for the slowdown to get around 150, and slow down to get around is the National Waste Recycling Association's national safety campaign that reminds motorists to drive more carefully when near waste and recycling collection vehicles. Being struck by a motorist is a leading cause of death for waste and recycling collection employees, and with proper awareness is completely preventable. Slow down to get around was developed by the association with Rumpke Waste and Recycling, an association member in the Midwest, and McNeilius Truck and Manufacturing, an association member that manufactures garbage trucks. The program was created following two tragic accidents that resulted in death of one of Rumpke's employees and served injuries to a second. Both incidents were due to careless driving by motorists. So yeah, be careful for the trashmen out there, getting rid of all our extra garbage. But the drivers out here are not trying to leave any extra garbage out on the track. Can they tame the Monster Mile? Now the drivers are finishing up practice. Just a few more seconds left on the track there, and you can see Trevor Hunt currently on top with the fastest lap. With the best time of the evening so far, with a 23.139, and fall not too far behind JP Phillips, as we didn't see him last week. Then Tommy Ryan, Justin Kirby, Grady Gherkin, Jeff Byers, Jeremy Little, Brett Kirby, Peter Pazuchek, Jeff Ryan, Jerry West, and Tim Glass, all in attendance here tonight. Drivers still have a little bit of time. They can come in the next 5 minutes and still enter the race. But the drivers are getting ready to qualify right now. And let's hop on board with JP Phillips as he goes out to qualify here on the high banks of Dover, Delaware. It's like a big old soup bowl. At a turn forward to take the start finish line. His first lap down through 1 and then exiting 2. Be really careful leaving these turns, as the car will quickly go up to the wall. Now down into 3, running a little higher line so he can diamond down out of 4. Get that run to the start finish line, as he will put down a 24.145. We'll hop over there with Justin Kirby at number 58. Jeremy Little coming out there with a 24.139. Peter Pazuchek with a 23.526. JP Phillips best in that again with a 23.201. Looks like the second lap is the faster of the laps. Peter Pazuchek does not get a better lap. The second lap staying in P number 2. Byers is in 3. Justin Kirby gets a better lap there with a 23.327. Grady Gherkin out there. Now he has a 24.029. Can he get a better lap? He does with a 23.345, moving the number 46 into P number 3. Tim Glass gets a good run. Moving at number 18 into P number 5. Trevor Hunt down there with a 23.930. Quite what he wanted on his first run. Let's see if he can better this here on his second attempt. Trevor Hunt gets a 23.241. Good enough for a P number 2. Bumping Kirby and the rest of the gang down 1 position. So some really good lap times here tonight. 9 of the 12 drivers with their qualifying times in. Right now it stands as JP Phillips, Trevor Hunt, Justin Kirby, Grady Gherkin, Peter Przuchek, Tim Glass, Jeff Byers, Jeremy Little, and Jeff Ryan. Still waiting to see Brent Kirby, Tommy Ryan, and Jerry West. Tommy Ryan is out on the track. Tommy's first lap with a 24.137. Good enough for Pete, number 9. Tommy Ryan putting in a pretty good run there on his second attempt with a 23.307. Only good enough for P number 3, so he'll be starting on the second row. So we have 10 seconds remaining. Brent Kirby, Jerry West do not have times in. Thanks, Botrix, for joining the channel. Hopefully you're having a good evening. But qualifying is over. Race is getting ready to go, and I'll just officially put up the starting positions. Put updates here. I'll be joined tonight again by Carl Hanwork, as he is currently over with the Core Xfinity Series as they are finishing up a race over there at Darlington. There we go. On here. Did this to meet last week. Enter in the pits here. Well, there they go. There we go. I don't know what was going on there. Everything hanging up on me for a minute. But the driver's finally on track here. as we're getting ready to go green. Go ahead and bring up all our overlays so everybody can see what's going on, our track map and our ticker. 150 laps here tonight at the Monster Mile. Should be a good one here, as these drivers have been putting on nothing but great shows. A lot of green flag running over here, looking to expand their field. So if you're interested in running with these drivers over here at UCRL, they run on Tuesday nights here. Race starts at 10 Eastern or 9 Central. I'm in the Central time frame. But JP Phillips will lead the field here tonight as we getting ready to get underway to start this thing. Pace car is in. Green flag is out. JP Phillips on the loud pedal. Out front he goes, over in front of Trevor Hunt and Tommy Ryan, and back there with Grady Gherkin in P number 4. Get a number 58 of Justin Kirby to the high side outside of Tim Glass. And get a just nose out the 18 there. They're going to go side by side. 58 using a little higher line. And the 2 of Peter Pazuchek. Caution is out here at the end of lap number 1. What happened here? When a 58 let up to not get into the 18, and the 2 had nowhere to go. Major damage for the 2 of Peter Pazuchek. One more look there. Pull it down. You can just see how he closed in and then let up. Probably tapped the brakes just a little bit. 2 coming up. Tagging the 58, thinking the 58 would still have time. Woo, a little escape there by Jeremy Little. So first caution flag in a very long time happens to be with Justin Kirby and Peter Pazuchek. Something we don't see very often over here at UCRL is that big old yellow caution flag. Well, welcome everybody that's out there that's tuning into the show, as we have had a early caution here at UCRL at the Monster Mile. Speed and distance close very fast here, so it's one little slip up, and best 2 of our drivers, as Justin Kirby and Peter Pazuchek, are down in the pits, getting some work done on them cars here early tonight. Down but not out. Justin Kirby coming back out, because we are still under caution. So go over to JP Phillips. Lights are still on the pace car, so that 58 is going to be able to come around. Believes is still on the same lap. Oops, I'm holding Brent Kirby out. Brent Kirby not take the field? Oh. Peter Pazuchek still down in the pits because he had the tow. Tough break for the number 2. Here you could go over and visit Peter Pazuchek over there on his Twitch stream. Over, you can just look up V Vice over there on Twitch and see his first-person perspective of his racing. Also, just give a shout out to the Max Graphics sponsor for the series, along with iRacers Lounge podcast for the post race. The 22 of JP Phillips, Trevor Hunt on the back on that front row. Lights are off in the pace car as we head down the backstretch. Peter Pazuchek back out in the field. Going to be a just a little bit down here. I can go ahead and put the interval up here so you can see where everybody's at. So only down 3 laps. Looks like Brent Kirby in number 57 is out for the evening. Did not take the field to start. He will show up and join us later on. But right now, it's going to be J.P. Phillips over to number 59, Trevor Hunt. As I get back on the loud pedal, off on green again here to start lap number 6. Tommy Ryan looking down the inside of Trevor Hunt, trying to take away P number 2. The rest of the drivers fall in single file line behind him. 59 Trevor Hunt tagged the wall slightly. Able to not take any damage and keep on going. As Tommy Ryan now sits in P number 3. Grady Gerken back in P number 4. Jeremy Little in the meat stick. Back out there. P number 5. Gonna have a good night here tonight. Tim Glass in P number 6. And Jeff Byers. Jeff Ryan, the 67, Justin Kirby in the 58, and Jerry West out there all on that lead lap. Peter Pazuchek definitely down, but not out. Apparently in P number 11. Hoping for another caution or two to get back up on that lead lap. We'll head back up front where everybody is going to be in single file. J.P. Phillips checking out. Somebody slow down that number 22 tonight. Might end up burning off them tires as we go a long ways here with these cars as they run a full fuel. And looking at the pre-race briefings, not always 100% correct, but looking at approximately 74 to 78 laps. They should be able to make it on one stop, especially adding the extra, the few caution laps. But will somebody take the tire stop? Will somebody do a pit stop strategy? Tires mean a lot here at Dover. We'll start seeing those times dwindle down. Best laps being at 23.5 by the leader of J.P. Phillips. The last lap was 23.74, so still cruising at pretty good speeds here as we're on lap 12 of 150. JP jumping out to a 2.5 second lead over the field, then back to Trevor Hunt, followed by everybody else, nose to tail. Trevor Hunt, Tommy Ryan, Jeremy Little, Grady Gerken for your top 5. 6th place is Tim Glass, Jeff Byers, Jeff Ryan, Justin Kirby, and Jerry West. Back there in P number 10. Justin Kirby, he has to make his way to the field. Put the driver's info for you all. You can see what their last lap was and their best lap. Laps in so far. J.P. Phillips out front by a 2.65 second lead over the field. Jeremy Little moving up in that P number 3 spot, showing that he has speed here tonight so far, especially early on. Oh, a little side-by-side action. Jeremy Little calling for a move, taking over P number 2. Go meat stick, go. 46, Grady Kirk is still in P number 5. Thank you, NASCAR guy, for stopping by, and Mary. Always a pleasure to have you out here. Had caution early on between Justin Kirby and Peter Pazuchek. Peter Pazuchek down 2 laps, so has a long ways to go. Hoping for maybe a caution for an assist to get himself back up there on that lead lap. Still just kind of hanging back there. I mean, nothing but try his best. Got a long night ahead of him as he's going to have to try to make up that time. It's really hard to come back with these drivers with the skill that they have, and it was just a small checkup that ended up sending 2 cars around. Pete Phillips going up strong here early, out to a 2.8 second lead over Jeremy Little now. You see the numbers there in orange. That basically tells you they're within a half a second of each other. But everybody's single file. Lots of laps remaining. Still 130 laps remaining here at Dover, Delaware, at the Monster Mile. Giving you guys some fresh camera views down the backstretch, and you see the leader JP Phillips going by, and then here comes the rest of the field. See the gap that the leader is putting on, and now Jeremy Little starting to check out a little bit, but it looks like a little bit of battling going on towards the back of the field, just a little bit between Trevor Hunt and Tommy Ryan. Can't say back of the field, it's mid-pack. 59, 99, and 46 are nose to tail. Probably settling down and getting themselves into a run. Like I said, they could do upwards around 70 plus laps here on one tank of fuel. It's just to get them tires to last that long. Race pace and patience goes a long way in this league, that's for sure. Tim Glass going to the high side as Jeff Byers in that 76 makes his way around. Looks like Jeff Ryan is going to go around, and Justin Kirby. And Glass falling off the pace just a little bit. Move Tim Glass back to Pete number 9. Back there in 10th place is the 00 of Jerry West. DP Phillips out front right now by over 3 seconds, followed by Jeremy Little. Then Jeremy Little has almost a 1 second lead over Trevor Hunt. Trevor Hunt being followed closely by the 99 of Tommy Ryan, and back there about the 46 of Grady Kirk. Looks like Justin Kirby has made the pass on Jeff Ryan for P number 7. League leader Scott Bolster not in attendance tonight. Give a shout out to Scott for putting these series on, also for doing the setups for the drivers for tonight. Things are going nice and easy here so far. Not too much action as JP Phillips is checking out. Ooh, Jeremy Little is smacking the wall just a little bit. It's going to check him up a little bit. Going to allow the 59 to get underneath at number 26. And the 99 makes it by as well. Oh, the 46 is going to go down to the inside and make a move. On a slight tap of a wall, and the 26 loses P number 2 and moves back to P number 5. That might be the 26 overdriving the car just a little bit, heating them tires up, getting the car tight, or just too much throttle leaving the corner. Looks like the flight has landed, and my co-host is finally showed up to a burner here. Had a little bit of action in the beginning as a caution was flown for the first time in a long time, Carl.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get in here. As apparently the caution flag has stopped my entry into iRacing. It's it won't even let me into iRacing, let alone the session. But yeah, quite a few cautions over at Darlington here tonight for the Core Xfinity Series. So not happy to hear that it's more cautions over here at Dover, but it's another track that is not that easy. I mean, it's one that can certainly catch you off guard just when you think you have the car under control, it just all of a sudden snaps out on you.
Now, while you're trying to get into iRacing, I did go live there in Discord. Need something to look at. But right now, we're on lap 34 of 150. JP Phillips out front with Trevor Hunt, Tommy Ryan, Grady Gherkin, and Dustin Kirby back up to P number 5. Jeremy Little was in 6th. Jeff Byers, Gary West, Jeff Ryan, Tommy Glass, and Peter Psuchek for her 11-car field. Take that down. Y'all don't need to see that.
I feel like after living Darlington and coming here, I mean, both these tracks, again, you know, Darlington is certainly in a mind of its own. I mean, it's one that it's a driver's track, but big pass there is very, very difficult, and Dover can be the same way. I mean, it's one where you have to be very, very cautious, especially coming off these corners, and it's a bit of a very, is it Halloween here in May? I mean, it's two scary tracks here in one night for us here in CRN.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a ghost got your mic a little bit. You kind of garbled up a little bit. But definitely, I don't think it's Halloween. It's only May.
There's Christmas in July, so why can't there be a Halloween in May?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is true. But we got a little bit of action here. The 76 of Jeff Byers makes it by Jeremy Little for Pete number 6. So Jeremy Little following back just a little bit. So might have overcooked them tires a little bit too early. And the 26 is now falling back just a little bit. Jerry West making his way up through the field with that double zero. Started in the back, up 3 spots here. It's currently sitting at P number 8. So Jerry just taking his time. I think he's got something in the works here. As he's definitely making that move. Kind of, I usually would see this something from like Tommy Ryan starting in the back and work his way up through the field slowly. You know, like I said, Carl, I was telling the viewers out there that you know, they can probably go right around 74s. Like 76 laps. We did have those few laps of caution, so we're looking at a one-stopper here tonight still, and you know, nobody came in obviously on lap number 2 to get new tires or fuel, so thinking they're going to be able to stretch it out. But JP Phillips running away with this one so far, out to a 4.5 second lead over Trevor Hunt. And Trevor Hunt has a 1.2 second lead over Tommy. No, hold on a second. I got that mixed up. Trevor Hunt through JP Phillips has a 4.5 second lead over Trevor Hunt, and then Trevor Hunt has his mirror full of Tommy Ryan. They have a 1 second gap back to Grady Gherkin.
everything is situated here on my side. Is it's gonna be all kinds of issues getting in here, but I do say that that JP Phillips being out there in the league certainly needs it. I mean, he's been there. You're leading the point standings for the entire season, but now with the drought races and with the end of the season, him missing the race last week, loses points lead, falls all the way down to third place in the points, and he's now going to deal with the likes of Justin Kirby and Grady Gerken, with Justin being in fifth and Grady Gerken being in fourth here tonight. So that really good race to end out the season and give him any kind of shot at getting back in the title. And very, very consistent all season, but they're missing a race that we had the worst moment.
Yeah, what you're going through, Carl, on my end, Carl. Yeah, Justin Kirby does have the points lead now over Grady Gerken, and then JP Phillips moving to P number 3. And you know, we talked a little bit about yesterday last week when the race is finished, how the points might flip-flop around, and JP Phillips missed that week. Big moves there, and definitely moved Justin Kirby up to the top there, but then Grady Gerken. Justin Kirby had issues early, fell all the way back to P number 10, has worked his way up to P number 5 so far, so he's got some more work to do to get around Grady Gerken if he plans on making any headway with some bigger points over Grady Gerken. And JP Phillips want to try to minimize that, but then Trevor Hunt's back there in 4th, Tommy Ryan's in 5th, Brent Kirby's in 6th, Jeff Ryan is in 7th, then Andrew Ratcliffe, Christopher Bouchard, Jake Lesh, and then Scott Bolster, Pete Brzezinski, then a few of the others back to there. But the points championship for the team events there, Carl, is things are slow on my end for some reason tonight. Discord being Discord, I guess. Blackmagic Motorsports on top with 8,194 points over Turn and Burn Racing with 7,339 points, and then Mid-Pack Blackmagic Motorsports with 7,080 points. And then D-Lone and L's, Team J Racing, Max Graphics Racing, CNN Motorsports round out your 7-team field. But the battle is for, looks right now as for second place there for the team standings, Carl.
I'm going to try and hop out of here, hop back in and see if that helps out here. As it's, I can hear it scratching on my end. It's not bringing up anything, so I'll let me try and hop out, hop back in here, and I'll let you cover this thing for a little bit.
Roger that, and we're gonna let Carl go. Sorry to get the goblins, the early Halloween goblins out of the internet, and probably has something to do with Carl's neck of the woods up there in the northeast. But right now we've been green now. We hit the 1/3 of the way marker here at lap 50, and JP Phillips out to a 4.4 second lead over second place Trevor Hunt, and then Trevor Hunt being followed closely by Tommy Ryan. And Justin Kirby back there in that number 58 has made great impressions so far. Grady Gerken, the number 46, coming in early. I smell a 2 pit stop strategy in the works by the 46. Can the 46 make it work here tonight? How far will Grady Gerken go down? JP Phillips out there right now. He said got a nice lead. Trevor Hunt and Tommy Ryan trying to make it work, just driving around, following each other around. Some takers for pit lane. Very little. Tommy Glass down pit lane as well. Justin Kirby back out on the field. for everything to kind of pitch back up. I think he's crazy. There it is. Do a lap down. West is coming in. A round of pit stops here early. Everybody wants those fresh tires. Not JP Phillips or Trevor Hunt or Tommy Ryan as of yet. See who was pitted. Gary West now in the pits there on lap 53. Brady Gherkin comes out with, yeah, 1 lap down. So you can see how fast those tires are. He is catching the leader very quickly. Takes a short work of the 22 to get back up on the lead lap. The question is, will the 2-stop work tonight, or will it be the 1-stop that reigns supreme? So I believe right now the current top 5, JP Phillips, Trevor Hunt, Tommy Ryan, Justin Kirby, and Jeff Byers, all searching for that 1-stop run tonight. Let me take that down. Why is that up? Go at Owen.
Jimmy, if you can, see if you can reload on your side, see if that corrects anything on my side here. Hopefully Mike's sounding a little bit better for you.
Yeah, Mike is sounding good. I don't know what was going on the overlay. Thanks, Brent. Got that all cleared up. Now the viewers can have a better view.
Yeah, for some reason it's not pulling your broadcast over on my side at all. The only way I can do this is with the local, so I'll just have to keep an eye on everything myself on my side.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the 11 cars out there, we'll be able to handle it. But right now, just it is. We got some the drivers that have pitted have now being able to get around JP Phillips and get back up on the lead lap. So right now, JP Phillips has a JP Phillips, Trevor Hunt, Tommy Ryan, Justin Kirby, and Jeff Byers are all up there on the top 5 are on the lead lap, and everybody else kind of came into pit lane. Justin Kirby in the 58 coming down into pit lane. The 2 pit stop strategy sounded pretty tempting, I guess, for some of these drivers out there.
Yeah, I mean it's a track where it really is set dependent, and obviously Scott Bolster gets these guys the best setup possible to make it nice and racy. But if the setup ends up being a little bit tighter, this is not a track where you want to be tight coming off the corners. Coming off of turn 2 and turn 4, the wall is going to catch up to you pretty quickly if you have a tight setup. So maybe taking those 2 tires, help that car free up a little bit and help it turn down and keep it down coming off these corners is getting into these walls. You can get into them a couple times and it'll forgive you, but it just takes that one time that it just kind of really destroys your car or kind of explodes off that wall and shoots you down to the inside wall where it's going to get you even harder.
Yeah, definitely will get you harder. I mean, we've seen it earlier. It was a little checkup, and it's just how fast these cars are on here, and not even a tenth of a second, and somebody lifted just a little bit to avoid somebody, and it just closed the gap like instantly. So that's what happened early on between Peter Kazuchik and it was the 58. I think it was 58. Where's Justin? Yeah, Justin Kirby. But Justin Kirby bouncing back right now, currently in P number 8, because he just came in. See, he was in on pit. Let's see. Yeah, lap 51. So. Kind of a short, tough one here at Dover. A lot of these drivers seem to like Dover Downs, though, Carl.
Yeah, I mean it's a track that I enjoy myself. There's a lot of drivers that don't, but it's kind of one of those where once you understand how the track wants to be run, you start picking up time, you start getting a little bit faster, you start getting a little more confidence, which gets you a little bit faster. But it's one that can jump up and bite you very quickly as soon as you think you have everything under control. It can send the car sideways or get a little bit tight and push you right up into that wall. So you have to be completely on your toes at all times. But it is one that it can be a very fun track, and when you have these longer runs here, it gets very interesting as well. I mean, it's one that can certainly chew up the tires, and you'll see some of the guys maybe lay back a little bit in the beginning of the runs and a little bit better car at the end. But it's all JP Phillips right now at the front, so he's clearly liking Dover here a little bit here tonight, as Trevor Hunt in second, Tommy Ryan in third place.
Yeah, JP Phillips, I think he mentioned that he didn't mind Dover. Trevor Hunt, I know, is a fan of Dover. I believe Justin Kirby, another big fan of Dover as well. So a lot of these drivers do like Dover, and I mean, they're putting on some great times here, Carl. 20 right now. They're in the 25-second range. The drivers are on some pressure tires are at 24 seconds, so it's about a second faster. But can they make up the gap here? I can only imagine that JP Phillips, Trevor Hunt, Tommy Ryan, and Jeff Byers will be pitting here shortly. Probably within the next 5 laps. Definitely want to hit that halfway mark.
Still trying to get everything situated on my side. It's not even showing me laps. It's showing a countdown. Apparently, we got a 2-hour race here tonight. We're 32 minutes into this race. it's all kinds of jacked up, but good run here for the boys at the Man Cave After Dark Xfinity Series here at UCRL, as our nice little run right now. And got a I still don't know. I feel like I need to look in and dig a little bit deeper into the points and understand the points a little bit, because I know they got a lot going on with, they get bonus points for being consistently showing up and things like that, and obviously with the drop races coming into play as well, just to see who's kind of still in this mix. I mean, again, JP Phillips has been very dominant all season, been at the top of the boards for pretty much the entire season here, but with one missed race here at the end with 3 to go, it's kind of all for grabs, and it now shows him down in third place, and it's Justin Kirby at the top of the boards. And even look at guys like Tommy Ryan, most wins in the season, as he has 6 wins, but down there in 5th place and 133 points behind Justin Kirby. So really interesting here with 3 races to go, and we'll see how it all plays out. But a good one right now, and a good run for the boys here at UCRL at Dover.
A great run. You can see Grady Gherkin starting to get by those leaders, as it looks like as Trevor Hunt is heading down towards the pits. JP Phillips down in the pits as well. Here comes JP Phillips, Trevor Hunt, and Tommy Ryan is already in. And that should and Jeff Byers as well. So with all these done, it should put the number 46 out front by a good margin. Here comes the 46 right now. He makes it around. You see the left side's going up on the 22, and away he goes. Left side's up on the 59. Jeff Byers in as well. It is number 76. But that is going to go ahead and put that number 46 out front after this all cycles through. Justin Kirby in Pete number 2. Then Jeremy Little and P number 3. Then JP Phillips. So looking at the interval here, everything will cycle out here soon. We'll do the gap. There you go. Grady Kirkin with a 15-second lead right now. And then
it's pretty sizable, and it's very interesting to see how this thing is all going to play out as we're halfway through this race right now. But again, differing strategies here, and you figure the driver will all go for the one-stop strategy, but obviously not the case, as it's kind of half and half here. And right now it's Grady Gherkin, Justin Kirby at the front of this pack, but I mean it's kind of all out there to play for, and it's got to be JP Phillips kind of on that gas, and got to make it all the way to the end, but got to put that pressure on Gherkin and Kirby and even Jeremy Little to make them use up that fuel.
Yeah, I mean they got to do something, whether it's Grady Gherkin and Justin Kirby obviously out there, I think they're gonna probably come in the next 15 laps or so, maybe 20 laps, and then get the tires and use the newer tires to their advantage and see if they have enough time to catch up. And I think it's going to be close, to be honest, Carl. But Jeff Byers setting the fastest lap of the race with a 23.540 back in P number 8. So Jeff on a mission, putting down some burners here.
I figured out at least part of the problem here is the room name changing on me. So now we got that all corrected, and I actually can see some laps at the on the ticker on the top. So back into the action here. As we see, we're on lap number 84 right now. But the lead for Grady Gherkin starting to get smaller, 1.4 seconds, and Justin Kirby is putting in some very, very quick laps here and running him down very quickly as, JP Phillips moves around Jeremy Little and back into third. But the lead is getting smaller, under a second, as Justin Kirby is on the move.
Yeah, Justin Kirby was the one that was involved early on with Peter Pasuchik. So he's definitely had to change things up a little bit as he lost a ton of time getting that number 58 group all repaired back up and back out on the track. So a little bit of I think a dice roll here by some of these drivers, but I think they can make it work. I think there's enough time to make up the extra time here. Because JP Phillips obviously on the move now, and he came in there on lap 76, but just over the halfway mark. And you can see right there, Justin Kirby was in on lap 61, so he does have a little bit newer tires, is out in the lead right now. But I don't know I don't know. Can Justin Kirby go all the way? I don't know. He fit in a weird number. But we will see. I mean, if he came in and got new tires, it probably doesn't need much fuel. The 4 tires will still take about 14 seconds. It's going to be an interesting one here at Dover.
Well, the thing is,
slow down to get around, as they say.
even if Justin Kirby can get this thing to the end, he's got to be looking at that number back to JP Phillips, getting smaller and smaller, down to 4.3 seconds as we speak right now. It's still plenty of time left in this race, so yeah, the run all the way to the end, if he can make it, may result in a better position maybe than he could have originally thought of if he's bitten twice, but it's most likely not going to result in the win unless these tires for JP Phillips start to even off pretty quickly here. But he's still running down there in the 24 flat region, where Justin Kirby just ran at 24.87. So the lead is coming down quite a bit as Grady Gherkin starting to fall back here a little bit. 1.9 seconds now adrift of your leader, Justin Kirby, and about to fall into the clutches of JP Phillips.
Yeah, right now, at least he's out front. When he hit the first time, he was behind JP Phillips, and he was able to come out and had a 15-second lead. And now the tires are starting to equalize there a little bit. You're going to see the 46 be slower, and the 22 is going to come up through. Tim Glasgow onto the high side there, and allowing the 22 to go on by. But 22 making up some quick ground here. Gonna make quick ground of this one here too, as he makes it by, taking away P number 2 with the 22 back in the second as he passes Grady Gherkin there and moves the 46 to third.
You see what new tires do right there as Jeff Byers getting around the leader here with some fresher tires as he pit 15 laps after Justin Kirby. And I mean, just not even a comparison right there, as again, Jeff Byers running 24.6 at that last lap, the leader running 25.2. It's again, Justin Kirby make it to the end? Again, maybe, but the lap times are not helping him, and now the lead is down to 1 second as JP Phillips definitely can make it to the end. He made it to the halfway point on his fuel, so he is good to go to the end. So I think at the end of this thing, everybody's going to be chasing that 22 once again, and he needs every point he can get if he's going to chase down this man right now, your points leader heading into tonight, the 58 of Justin Kirby.
Yeah, Justin Kirby at least getting some laps led there, trying to keep the 22 behind him. But you can see maybe he can make him use his tires up here just a little bit. So maybe it'll be a little bit slower, but I don't think so, because JP Phillips is currently on rails with slightly newer tires. Running around here tonight. And not too far back, you have Tommy Ryan as well. He has gotten around Grady Gherkin as well. And then Trevor Hunt back there. What's that? Maybe not as good as pit stop as Tommy. They were together.
Yeah, Tommy Ryan pitting on lap number 75, 1 lap earlier. Now Grady Gherkin is going to sacrifice 4th position. He's going to come in and make his 2nd pit stop. And now we'll see if the 2-stop strategy is going to work out for the 46 and how far up through the field he can make it. Certainly, I'm sure Chris Bouchard out there somewhere watching and hoping that the 2-stop strategy will work out at some point or another in this season. But it is JP Phillips out in the lead by 1.5 seconds now over Justin Kirby as he got around the 58 and he checked out.
Yeah, even JP Phillips was able to get around Byers there. So JP Phillips on a mission here tonight to maybe get his 4th win. Trying to catch up to man right there in the 99. He has 6 wins. Trevor Hunt with a couple of wins as well this year.
It's obviously been a great season here for the 99 of Tommy Ryan with all the wins, but I'm sure he'd love to be up there in the mix of this championship with 3 races to go, but unfortunately missed 1 more race compared to everybody else, only having 16 races in, and I mean, it's amazing. I mean, with the points, the way they're structured, and and how many points they give out per race. It just takes, 1 or 2 races missed, and you can have the greatest season compared to everybody else, and you're not going to be in there in the mix of the championship, as he's down there 133 points out of it, even though he's got the most top 5s out of anybody, or at least tied with Grady Gherkin with 13, and obviously the 13 top 10s as well. But even the 6 wins doesn't get him up there into the mix in the top 3. He's down there in 5th place in the points, but makes his way around Justin Kirby into 2nd place right now. So the 2 drivers on, maybe 3 drivers on the one-stop strategy, if Justin Kirby can make it to the end, are in 1 and 2, possibly 3.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, you talked about Chris Bouchard. Yeah, Chris out there said Jeremy actually made it. It's a miracle. The 2-stop strategy, a bunch of them are trying it this week, Chris. So you would have been with, I think, the majority, considering about half the field has taken on, I think, the role of this 2 pit stop strategy. Jeremy Little coming in the pits now, Tim Glass in the pits as well. So tires being burned up here at Dover, that's for sure, and the drivers realizing they have some more tires behind that wall, and they're trying to burn them things up as well. But JP Phillips still on his normal schedule run with 1 stop, and try to beat him to the end, followed by Tommy Ryan, and then Justin Kirby actually sitting there back in P number 3, just over Trevor Hunt. So in the gap between, there he is. Never mind, the 58 is heading in. That answers that one, Carl.
Yeah, so there's that right there. Definitely only going to have your top 2 going to be stretching this thing out to the end, as trying to see when Trevor Hunt came in, if he's on the same strategy or not. But yeah, he is. Actually, the top 3, and now Jeff Myers moving into 4th, so the top 4 are the ones on the single stop strategy. We'll see how far up Grady Gherkin can get, as he is technically 42 seconds behind your leader right now. So he is down a lap and then some at this point. Excuse me. So we'll see how far back he can get as he moves himself into 5th place around Justin Kirby.
Pedal to the metal for the next 43 laps for number 46 to see how far he can catch up to those drivers that were in on lap 76. Grady Gherkin coming in on lap 96, trying to close that gap, hopefully giving him enough time to hopefully catch up to the top 3. Then back there, you got Justin Kirby, Jeremy Little, and Tim Glass that came in lap 100. Peter Pasuchek coming in at lap 83, a couple laps down, unable to get those laps back from earlier, from the little incident they had. So break for the number 2 of Peter Pasuchek, but AP Phillips loving to be back. Hopefully he was like on a fishing trip or something and using that spider wire. Maybe he was out and practicing for this race, Carl. I don't know.
Well, it's good to see, like I said, Jeremy Little out there and making it to the race tonight. And knock on wood, Jimmy, it's 109 laps into this thing, and he's still out there, and he's still running well. I don't see anything wrong with the car. I mean,
he nearly missed
something here. Is it really Jeremy Little in the car?
He nearly missed the incident at the beginning. Like, seriously, nearly missed it. But
I see. I don't know if he put in a qualifying time or not, but
he did.
I mean, he didn't qualify on the pole, so no. maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just when he qualifies on the pole, that's when the race just goes down the toilet.
I mean, his house isn't on fire, and maybe he's got a full beverage next to him, and he's good to go for the rest of this race.
While we were getting towards the end of this thing, and these boys are on a nice little run here, I think it's about time to crank them up and give everyone out there in CRN Nation a little love to hear it.
A little bit of love to hear it. The Monster Mile is, impressive, more impressive in person. But the sights and sounds here in iRacing aren't too bad. But speaking of sounds, iRacing has put out, Carl, I don't know if you see, there's a big old post. There's a bunch of new things coming to iRacing. They even talked about creating their own graphics engine from the ground up. So they're planning on iRacing being around a long time, talking about 2030. So obviously 2030, it's a few years off. That's 6 years, but I mean that's at least another 6 years of iRacing. That's 6 more years that we could be driving around these same tracks. So there's a lot of things that they're going to be trying to update. They talked about tire shape. So I thought tires were all round, so I hope they don't go like square on us.
Well, I mean, all those times you flat spot those tires, maybe you'll actually feel it at this point. You're kind of squaring them off yourself. That's on you. But I mean, there's a ton that they can do, and I applaud them for everything that they've done to this point. It's a reason it's called a simulator and not a game. To a majority of the people I know. Anytime someone says it's a game, everybody throws their hands up, and it's as pretty much as real as you can get. I mean, to this point, they're still trying to tweak and add things, and obviously, with the addition of rain, they're getting a little bit closer to, anything can happen in real life, just like it can now in iRacing. There's still some features that I'd love them to incorporate, and I'd love them to add, and there are options in other games, and not necessarily in in realism. But we've talked about it several times about if you have a league where you're running 50% fuel, like we do in some leagues at Core, to be able to have 2x or 4x wear on the tires, and I feel like that's something I know they probably shy away from because it may be a little arcadey, but you're still using the tire model. You're just having 2 times the wear, and it makes it a little more realistic for those drivers out there that don't have time to sit down and run a 3-hour race to get the full feel and the full realism of running a full length NASCAR or Xfinity race or something like that. But they want to get the feel of the tires wearing off, and not having to sit there for hours and hours on end. But I mean, to get the feel a little bit more into the car, I like that. I wish they'd work on the dirt a little bit more, which I did hear they're trying to do that as well. And when they had the update where the tires wore down extremely on dirt, it was fantastic. And it was right around the time when we had a dirt league in Core that we ran, and it was one where you had to, just like these guys out here tonight in the UCRL, you had to manage your tires the entire race. It wasn't one where you just go out there in a 50-lap feature and just run as hard as you can and just chase the moisture around, but you don't have to worry about the tires at all. I mean, you had to pedal it. You had to be very cautious and really save the tires on dirt, and you have to do that in real life. I mean, if you're going out there and you're running hard for even 10 to 15 laps on a dirt track, you could melt the tires across and basically turn those tires that typically have treads on them into slicks, and your car is obviously not going to handle too well with slicks on a dirt track. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot that they put into this simulator up to this point. There's still a lot more that they can add on to it, and of course, there's the talk about adding some more cars to the service as well, and updating the street stocks, and adding some more GT3 cars, and a few new tracks are going to be added as they typically are. So we'll see some more tracks get added to the schedule here for the boys at UCRL, or some of the other series that we have, as we have got a caution, 10 laps to go. And just when JP Phillips had this thing in the bag, 6-second lead over Tommy Ryan. Tommy's now got a chance once again. Porzuchek, you see it right there. Looks like, it almost seemed like he cut a tire there, as that front right may have gone down on him, and he shot straight to the wall. Unfortunately, right in front of points leader Justin Kirby. How will this affect the point standings? How is it going to affect the end of this race here, as both the 58 and the 2 go for a bit of a ride here? Seems like the 58 got away pretty cleanly, all things considered. Not so much for the 2, but I'm sure we'll see a lot of guys coming into the pits here, grabbing some fresh rubber, and we got ourselves a battle here before this thing is over.
Now JP Phillips needs to execute a good pit stop and strategy. Is anybody going to try to only go 2 tires? And that's the question. So, obviously, Grady Gherkin would had some newer tires. Now, they're going to put a couple cars in front of them with only 9. Well, see, by the time they're done doing laps, it'll be 8 laps. It's still a decent amount of laps to get back those positions, but this race has been all JP Phillips. It could be, his race to lose right here in the pits, as they are down there getting service. Let me switch around here.
Trevor Hunt also in there with them, as they were the only 3 cars on the lead lap, and looks like everybody going for 4 tires here. Down and away is the 22. Is going to get out ahead of the 99, and then right there the 59 of Trevor Hunt going to get down and away as well. With all of them taking 4 tires, I would assume we'd probably see a few drivers coming to the pits this time by, and Grady Gherkin is going to be the recipient of the lucky dog here. I'm sure we'll see him come into the pits, and we'll have a 4-car battle here for the win of this race. And this is a big advantage here for Gherkin. Not only did he not get involved in the incident like the points leader Justin Kirby did, but now he's back on the lead lap, and unless there's another caution, he's pretty much guaranteed a top 4 at this point. So he's kind of got, I don't want to say nothing to lose, but he can go a little bit harder than the rest of these guys, as he knows now he's guaranteed at worst a 4th place, and maybe a chance to gain some points here on Justin Kirby, as he came in 42 points behind. Certainly not out of the mix, and with the 58 back there right now in 6th place and getting some repairs, this thing just got turned on its head a little bit, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, now you're going to have Grady Gherkin on fresh tires. The only thing about that, Carl, is that because he was the lucky dog recipient, he should be at the longest line. So yep. How many cars will he have to pass in order to battle with only but a mere 5 laps remaining? And is it going to be enough for that 46 to work his way up through those cars and to make it past a fast JP Phillips and Tommy Ryan, Trevor Hunt, that have been no slouch this evening as well?
Well, how about, again, I'm going to knock on wood, but how about Jeremy Little? Another incident out there, and he was not in it. He was not involved, and now staying out there, he's going to get back on the lead lap, and he's going to be having a chance at a top 5 here tonight, boys and girls.
Did he move his beverage to diet?
Maybe he switched to the Heineken Zero, or he's rocking some old duels tonight or something like that. But either way, he's driving with a clear head tonight and got a chance at a top 5. But we are close to being done, but yet we are far from being over. It is going to be 5 laps to go when we take the green flag. And it's going to be 5 very quick laps, but there's going to be, I think, a lot of action here in these last 5 laps. JP Phillips, Tommy Ryan, Trevor Hunt, Grady Gherkin, all on fresh tires. Jeremy Little now joining the field here. Once again, he's on the lead lap in 5th. He doesn't have fresh tires, but if these guys up front mix it up a little bit, we could be talking to Jeremy Little at the end of this race.
We might be talking about number 26 tonight. I mean, there's a possibility. I mean, we'll go ahead. I'll switch over. I'll show you guys when everybody pit, so you can see how old everybody's tires are. So, everybody. JP Phillips, Tommy Ryan, everybody's on fresh tires. That 46 just has some cars to go around. Not many. Only Jeff Ryan. And JP Phillips is on that loud pedal, gets a huge start over the field. Tommy Ryan in Pete number 2, then Trevor Hunt. Grady Gherkin going to make quick work of Jeff Byers, but it's going to now get around Jeff Ryan. Number 46 to Pete, number 4.
He is up in the 4th, and the next car is for position for Gherkin, that being Trevor Hunt, as we've got 4 laps to go now. JP Phillips in the lead, but he doesn't have that 6-second buffer in between him and Tommy Ryan anymore. Ryan looking for win number 7 here on the season, and he's all over the backside of that 22. This thing is not over by any means. 22 sliding a little bit off a turn. Number 4 gives a little bit of an opportunity for the 99, but did not have enough run to get in there. Grady Gherkin running the fastest lap of the race on that last lap, 23.305. He is on the move, trying to get up into the top 3. He's got Trevor Hunt right in front of him right now, but looking around the outside is Tommy Ryan sliding it sideways, dirt tracking it around on the outside as we just got done talking about dirt tracking. I think Tommy Ryan wants to do that and maybe cook his tires here a little bit. He's going to have to wait it out now for about a half a lap and then try and mount one more charge. But it's 2 laps to go. Call it 1.5 down the backstretch here. Heading off into turn 3. Grady Gherkin right on the backside of Trevor Hunt. White flag in the air for JP Phillips. Trevor Hunt into the wall. Going to give the inside up now to Grady Gherkin, but just can't get to the inside. Almost making contact. Down the backstretch, the 22 of JP Phillips now heads off into turn number 3. He looks to be in position to grab another win here, and certainly needed after missing last week. JP Phillips back on top, win number 4 here on the season. Tommy Ryan going to come home in 2nd. A great battle for 3rd there. Trevor Hunt is going to get it done, finish in 3rd. Grady Gherkin in 4th. Jeremy Little in the top 5.
He's big. He finished the race.
That's the bonus right there. I mean, it's the top 5 is great, but the fact that he finished a race here
and on the lead lap.
Oh man, this is a celebration. I mean,
this is like a win. This is like a win.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what he's doing going to the pits. There we go. He's not going to the pits. I think he needs to burn this thing.
Burn up.
On the front stretch, the 22 of JP.
Yeah.
And there we go. The real burnout here on the front stretch for the 22 of JP Phillips. Again, win number 4 on the season. Well deserved, and man, he had to work for it at the end there as Tommy Ryan got to restart right alongside of him, and he got a great jump on him, but Ryan ended up mounting one heck of a charge, but just not enough to get the 22 here tonight. Great run and great finish here. I mean, it sucks for some when you have that late race restart, but I mean, Jimmy, you know as well as I do, we love it up here.
We kind of do love it up here. It always makes for something intense. We've seen it last week, but obviously we didn't have any cautions. But at the end, the battle for the win was just another great one. But so they do it again here tonight. 150 laps complete. A couple cautions in the mix, but not many. JP Phillips walks away the winner over Tommy Ryan, Trevor Hunt for your top 3. Then Grady Gherkin with that 2 stop, getting at least back up in the P number 4. Jeremy Little with a impressive P number 5 on the lead lap, and then Jeff Byers, Justin Kirby, Jeff Ryan, Tim Glass, Peter Pazuchek, and then a shout to Jerry West and Brent Kirby as well. So 12-car field here tonight. Action-packed, long green flag runs here at Dover, and Dover was, took a couple here tonight.
Great run to the end, and we'll start bringing our guys in for the interviews. We'll start with a 3rd place, Trevor Hunt, and Trevor, one heck of a run there at the end, and it looked like until that caution, you were kind of locked in there to the top 3, and didn't seem like you're gonna have to battle too much, as you, Tommy, and JP were the only ones on the one-stop strategy out that far in front. but he had a bit of a battle there after the restart with Grady Gherkin as he worked his way through the field quickly, got to your bumper. But take us through those last couple of laps.
Oh no, it was a blast. I knew Grady was going to give me a run. He's always strong at the end. Once he figures it out, when it comes down to a green-white checker, he raced me clean, so I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, it was just a lot of mirror driving, making sure that I was putting my car in the lane that he wanted, and then just trying to get it woed up in the corner so I could get a decent drive off, so he couldn't duck under me.
So how difficult was it out there tonight with the tire wear? I know Dover can be a track that really wears down the tires, and if you don't have the setup just right, it can be just finicky coming off a turn 2 and 4. So how was it out there for you guys tonight?
Oh yeah, we were burning the right rears off of them pretty badly. It was we were getting anywhere from, depending on who's driving the car and how we were pushing it, it was anywhere between 10 and 20% difference from the right front to the right rear. And I think at the end of one of my test sessions, I was like at 12%. And this, I think the worst wear I had on the right rear was like 33% at the end of a full stint. But I mean, I knew JP was gonna be tough, and I just kind of elected to kind of try to save tire. But what we found in practice was that the car kind of plateaued, and that held true in the race session too. So, they're just JP put on a clinic. So congrats to him. That was friggin' amazing. Driving
like a lot of guys attempted the two-stop strategy here tonight. Probably about half and half through the field, and haven't seen that in the last couple of races. Is that anything that you guys talked about with the team, or are you guys kind of locked into that one-stop strategy?
I was shocked that I think people were just trying to do something that JP, me, and Tommy probably weren't. We have just a handful of races left, right? So everybody wants to try to get get wins or pad their win stats, and I mean that's the thing to do, right? If you're not racing for the championship. So
absolutely, yep,
yeah. So I think that's why you saw that today, because I mean I think it was almost a full lap to 3/4 lap to the negative to do that 3-stop strategy when it all washed out. But yeah, I think that's why. So.
Well, it was the one-stop strategy and a great defensive performance at the end of the race to grab your third place here tonight. So congrats on that. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Thanks to Grady for the great race in there. That was fun. Thanks to the team. Thanks to my wife for letting me do this. Thanks to Scott for putting the league on. Thanks to you guys for doing what you do in the booth. Thanks to, I guess, was it Max Graphics and Rogue Energy for supporting the league, and thanks to the team for just putting in the time. There are a bunch of guys I just enjoy spending time with, so it's always fun, even if we're not winning. So, that's it.
Well, certainly the team and doing plenty of winning here, and it helps when you got some really quality drivers on the team. But it makes it a little bit tougher for you to get up there and get your win. But congrats again on a good finish, a good third place here tonight, and we'll let you go celebrate with the team. Yep.
Thanks, guys.
That is your third place finisher here tonight, the 59 of Trevor Hunt. Second place tonight is going to be the 99 of Tommy Ryan.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Tommy, Jimmy, and Carl in the booth. Hey, another just great run. You just were real consistent tonight, able to hold on to P number 2. It seemed like JP Phillips had like an extra gear tonight. You guys were kind of lingering behind them, but a great finish here. Work your way a little bit forward as you obviously with the drop races points changed up just a little bit, but still sitting back there in 5th place on the points currently. I'm not sure after tonight where you'll be, but good run here tonight. Just kind of give us a rundown of your evening and anything you'd like to share.
Yeah, when we first fired off, I was completely content, running the pace me and Trevor were, and I really thought that we would walk back up to JP at some point, and it just never really materialized. And I knew when I got to 75, I was like, man, at that point, I could tell that Trevor turned up the wick about lap 70, and my tires really started showing up then because I was really hustling the car, and I was like, I got to get to halfway and get these things off this car, or I'm going to be in big trouble. And then put some fresh rubber on it, and then I felt like I had a pretty decent stop. I was a little bit slow getting to the cone, but really good getting off the banking, sliding, drifting. But then when I took off, I was going to try to close the gap with JP, and then just kind of maintain and get the tires back to maybe even, because I knew he was running hard too, and just never ran him down. Cooked the tires pretty bad, and then it was just kind of watching the interval between me and Trevor, because I knew he didn't fire off as hard after the next stop, and then figured he would walk back up to me. And then the caution comes out, and then we have a little party with 10 to go, and tried to get the JP and got really loose off the top there, and then he was gone. But he deserved it anyway, man. He was class of the field, man. He had awesome speed, awesome long run speed, so it would have been a tragedy for him to lose that at the end like that. But I was going to try. But it was a great run though.
Yeah, definitely great run, and a valiant effort there at the end trying to get around, as you do get loose there, like you said. So, but again, we just right here from CRN, just want to say congratulations, give you a little bit of time for them shout outs before we let you get out of here.
Yeah, thanks team Black Magic and Northern Tool and Equipment, and Scott for putting everything on and making setups, and you guys making us famous. So appreciate everything.
All right, Tommy. Well, we'll let you go and get out of here. Go celebrate with your friends and family.
Thanks, man.
That's your second place finish here tonight, the 99 of Tommy Ryan. Finally, the man of the hour here is the 22 of JP Phillips. And JP, you clearly had a fast number 22 spider wire out there once again tonight, and you had this thing under wraps as you were looking to reel in, no pun intended, another win here on the season. And then the caution comes out. I mean, 6-second lead, nothing to worry about with 10 laps to go. What was going through your head when that caution came out?
Yeah, 10 laps to go with that 99 in your rear view mirror. It is not a lot of good thoughts. That dude is fast, and I had him covered, right? And to give him a second chance, I was nervous, and he ran hard. He was definitely taking some shots there, but hey, we held him off, and a little R&R last week, and gave the boys in the shop a little extra time to make a few tweaks on the car, and hey, back in victory lane.
Yeah, you had one heck of a restart there on the last restart with just a few laps to go, and it looked like you were gonna just get out there and check out. You had a fast car all night, but he did not let you go, and he got right to you, and he even got a little bit loose coming off of 4 and got close to tapping the wall at one point. So, I mean, did you feel that? Were you thinking that this could be it right there? That could be the inside lane that he gets.
Yeah, so twice there. He got real close off of, I think it was off of 2. We both got loose, but I could feel him pack the air under the car because the car got different loose than it had all night. It felt like we were driving on ice all night, but that was definitely different. Fortunately, I think he got loose trying to turn under me. And then when he got on the outside of me, I think a lap later or the next turn, that's when I was really worried, and he just couldn't keep it down. So once he got in the wall there, I felt pretty comfortable with, I don't know, it was a lap and a half to go or something like that. So, but yeah, that guy, he is unbelievably fast, and to have him in your mirror like that is not something you're going to sleep well at night thinking about.
Well, listen, I mean, you grab your 4th win here on the season. We got 2 races to go. We got Myrtle and Atlanta with the last 2 on the season here. Do you feel like number 5 could be in the air here and maybe still have a chance at this title?
Well, we're definitely running for wins. Unfortunately, due to some family vacation plans and the schedule getting pushed back a week, I'm going to miss that last race in Atlanta. So my goal is to go out to Myrtle Beach and win another one, and we'll let the thing fall out where it does from there.
All right. Well, either way, congrats on yet another win here tonight. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to before we let you go?
Yeah, two things. First, real quick, I know Brent wasn't feeling very well there before the start of the race, so just a shout out to him. Hope he's feeling better. And then I actually sponsored the race tonight too, and the Slow Down to Get Around logo is has a little bit of personal meaning to me. If nobody knows, my other gig is a garbage man. And consistently our industry is ranked as one of the top 5 deadliest jobs in the United States, and a lot of those involve traffic accidents. So Slow Down to Get Around is a slogan that is put forth by the National Waste and Recycling Association, and it's an awareness campaign, and they go out and try to create some legislation in different states to bring awareness to make sure that you're slowing down at less than 15 miles, going past garbage trucks on the side of the road, or actually any service trucks along the side of the road. So just want to put that out there for the folks listening and the guys here racing. Thanks to you guys. And also Scott, awesome setup tonight, man. This is the most fun I've had driving at Dover in a long time, and you could absolutely wheel the car. I told the boys that I only know one way to drive this thing at Dover, and it's flat out, and either the tires hold on or they don't. And tonight with the setup Scott had, man, the thing was on rails. So awesome, Scott. Awesome setup, Scott.
It was just good enough for you to hold on to the win here tonight. It might have been fun for about 140 laps, but those last
right.
went for sure.
Right.
Well, congrats again on your 4th win of the season, and we'll see you next week at Myrtle Beach.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good evening.
You too.
You too. Yeah. That's your winner here tonight, the 22 of JP Phillips, and that's going to wrap up the interviews here in the iRacers Lounge post-race show. As another good one here, a good finish for sure. And again, I know some of these guys don't like the late race cautions, as their strategies may not pay out in the way that they wanted to. But man, turned out pretty nicely for us, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ask for an eventful race. I mean, it started off with you didn't know what was going to happen because there was an early caution, and then they had the long run, they had green flag stops, they had you had different strategies going around to see if it works. I do commend the drivers that keep continuing trying to make it work, but it all but was not it almost doesn't compute. You have to make up the that second stop. You have to make up that pit time, the pit lap, the pit entry time, down the pit lane. And it was about 30 seconds, like Trevor was saying, before the caution came out, and then Grady was able to come around and get back on a lead lap and attempt P number 3 with Trevor. So not quite able to make up that time there, or those stops, because of the way the tires wore. But I definitely a valiant effort by almost half the field here tonight. I know that Chris Bouchard out there is proud for them drivers trying to take the chance to get it done. So, but it looks like if Chris Bouchard's at Atlanta, he says that he's going to do a one stopper there. So. We will see, but
does he have the tires to do it? That's the question.
he might. But a great run here by UCRL as always, and great racing. As you can see how clean they were when the urgency to win on the last lap was there, and they got a little loose, let up, and was able to keep it clean and green and walk across the finish line with not causing any accidents. And that's always a great thing to see, with the high competitiveness between all the drivers. But get on out here with these drivers if you're interested in some clean, great racing. They could use a few extra drivers out there, and I'm sure they could teach some people a thing or two. And they do have teams around, and they do help. So give Scott Bolser or anybody inside of UCRL a holler, or if you don't know how to get a hold of them, hit me up here on the YouTube in the chat, and I'll get you their Discord, and we'll get you sent over there to hook you up with their next season. I think it's starting in August, I believe, Carl, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Yep.
But I don't have anything else. Just look forward to the next race.
Absolutely, and going to be some short track racing next week at Myrtle Beach. Thank you to everyone tuning in here tonight, and if you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe to get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer. Thank you to the sponsors here tonight and for the season at UCRL. I want to send a special shout out to, as JP Phillips mentioned, the SDTGA, the Slow Down to Get Around Association. Definitely check them out and help out if you can, as a lot of good people just losing life or losing getting injured for people just not paying attention and just not being aware when you're trying to go around garbage trucks and really just not driving as good and clean as these guys did here tonight, to put it plain and simple. But also a shout out and thanks to the other sponsors here at UCRL with Max Graphics and with the iRacers Lounge podcast. But it's been another good one here tonight. 2 races left on the season before we crown a champion. Should get a little tighter here in the points with Justin Kirby not having a great run, so we'll see how that shakes out. But you'll have to tune in and find out next week as we head to Myrtle Beach for the Meat Stick 150. See if Jeremy Little can maybe get another top 5 there for his sponsored race. See if we go back to back. We'll see what the what the man in the Meat Stick car can do. But for myself and Jimmy here at the Dover International Speedway, we'll see you at the track.